gave yourself to us. You made the choice of your own free will. We were the only ones who cared. The ones who took you from your useless life. We gave you a reason to exist. And how do you thank us? By destroying our work? Where will you go?
Little side area over there with the collectible. Don't worry about it. We just power through. We need to defeat the administrator and defeat the Reuben, and save the world. Oh, this is another area that should be easy and fun, but can be very difficult. Thankfully, we don't have to fight another lighthouse lady, because I guess there was only one. Who knew? Makes sense, I guess. There's only one keeper, even though at one point you fight two. Whatever. So we have to wait for the elevator to get here, but oh no! We have to fight enemies as well. Get your back against a wall, maybe a corner, and be careful. And you want to wait for them to get close, but not too close. And once they do, blast them down. If you're lucky, you'll be close enough, since it is a sawed-off shotgun, to kill them, but that guy looks like he's not dead. Reload every time, 2 with 1. I've shot a dude who took more pellets than one of those guys, and didn't fall. That was lucky. That was a little bit of luck right there. A little RNGesus right there, smiling down upon me, going, "You're okay, kid."
You won't answer our questions. Is it out of fear? Fear is such a subtle thing. But when one experiences true fear, is when they can be controlled. They can be molded. STEM is an abortion, a machine designed on the premise of fear. But in a sense, it is perfect for what we hope to achieve. You will be the first. You will bow under this fear, or you will die. You will serve as an example for what we will become.
Leslie, wait! Don't go in there!
This is me. I'm connected. Just like everyone else. I'm getting out of here.
You ready to beat the game? Let's beat the game right now, right here. Rubik's Brain. We did it! We beat the game! Game over, everybody. Don't worry about the rest of the time that's on the video and whatever. Don't worry about it. We just beat it. Yeah. DLC. Yeah, it was alright. The final boss definitely was kind of lacking, but hey, at least we get this cool little thing here. Hey, congratulations, you did it. Oh. It's not that easy. And you get the achievement, stick to the script for that. No, it's not done yet.
Sebastian, get away from him. Sebastian, listen to me. Stop. Your interests are the same as ours.
Look, I get it. You're not just some rookie detective, and this is not just some ordinary kid. You killed Joseph and you shot me. So right at this moment, that's enough reason for me not to trust you.
You're a good man. That's why Doesn't matter anymore. If you know who this kid is, if you know anything, you know why he can't be allowed to live.
Bullshit. It's Ruvik. He's the one that... Leslie, stop. Leslie!
You failed. We gave you an order and you failed.
No. None of this is real. You aren't real.
You want to believe that, but I'm right here. I've been with you this whole time.
This world is a nightmare. But I'm not afraid of you anymore.
That just shows how little you understand. You should be very afraid. We have you, kid. And you know the consequences for failure. We won't let you just leave us.
He looks like Mr. Spark? No, Mr. Scratch from
This world is a
Alan Wake. And I guess that's partly, that adds to why I love him so much.
I've had enough of this. I'll kill you right here.
So he looks like Mr. Scratch from Alan Wake, which is fantastic. Because I love Alan Wake. It's such a great game. And his attacks don't hurt you so much, don't hurt you a lot in this, this boss battle, thankfully. But once he does that, just shoot him a little bit. And I really do enjoy the boss battle for this DLC. It's actually pretty fun. Quick little title trivia. You know how Resident Evil is called Biohazard in the Japan? First of all, I kind of like Biohazard better, because as fun as Resident Evil is, what does it say? Oh, your residents have become evil somehow. Biohazard is like, oh, some virus stuff has happened.
You're a fool to try and fight
Now, this part is legit creepy too, by the way. Just look how they're so jaggedy and it's so creepy. Because you're like, oh, do I have a second or two before they come at me and before I have to fight? No, they're just running, twitching like that, like some Silent Hill monster. Fantastic. But as I was saying, Resident Evil is called Biohazard in Japan, which I think is way cooler because it's like, oh, there's a biohazard over there. Like a chemical spill, which is what Resident Evil is. And the evil within is also called Psycho Break over there, which sounds super cool. And it makes sense because Ruvik's trying to break the psyche. I mean, he even mentions it in his notes. This is a little pause here too, by the way, with the collectible over one of the sides. Ruvik mentions how he's breaking the psyche of his STEM prisoners, which is a basically title drop for Psycho Break, which sounds way cooler than Evil Within. It's like, oh, the evil within us. It's like, is he bringing out the evil within us, or is he making us evil because he's bringing out whatever evil was inside of us? No, he's the evil within the STEM, which I guess makes sense. But Psycho Break is like he's breaking your psyche, like he's breaking you, compared to he's the evil within it. It's just like, all right. But here's not too bad. Just watch the things. They don't hurt too much, and they cannot hurt you while you're behind one of these things. But I think they go away, yeah, as time passes. So you're pretty limited, but it's pretty easy. And this part, thankfully, these things, you have to shoot the hand bit, and these things can do some damage, but they don't hurt a whole bunch. Which is part of the reason why I really like this boss fight, because not only is it cool because you're fighting against that which is controlling you, but also because the enemy, when he does hit you, which is basically inevitable, doesn't hurt so much. And one last shot. Boom. Done it. Did it. Gone. Did. We done did it.
You think you've won, but have you? You don't know anything. I am with you. I will always be with you now.
You don't know me. I'm stronger than you think.
Are you sure enough in yourself? Sure enough to face the responsibilities of your actions?
How the hell?
Agent Kidman, we've got him from here.
How long has it been?
37 minutes since the first pulse.
How did we get here?
What are you talking about?
Just give me a minute. I need to get my head straight.
Myra! We need you back here.
All right, but we've got word he wants a debriefing as soon as you get back.
Myra. Ah, damn it. What the? They were right. I failed. But they didn't count on you. I owe you one. Welcome back to the real world, Sebastian. I hope you find what you're looking for. Leave that one. And those two. They're not going anywhere.
No one is.
What? What does that mean? That was the guy. That was the dude in the head brain. The administrator man. So it's theorized that maybe we're not quite outside of the machine yet. I don't know. It's iffy. But, so we saw Joseph being taken off. And, Sebastian, along with the Dr. Ramirez and the rookie cop from the beginning of the game, those three are left there. She says, leave him and those two. She was talking about the doctor, the rookie cop, and Sebastian. They're not going anywhere, implying that, oh yeah, well, two of them are dead. Sebastian's not, clearly. And as they leave, you see in his side of his side in the main story that he gets up and looks and sees what seems to be Leslie, but with Ruben's powers. So maybe he brought his powers out into the real world, which would be pretty bad if he can just immediately go up to somebody, do a little small pulse thing, and then bring them into the stem. Bring them into like a mobile... What if he's like a mobile stem? Wow, That's probably how they're going to do it in the next game, to be somehow. They're going to keep the weird, oh, you're in the stem, so hey, look at all these crazy monster things, by making it mobile, by you having to deal with Ruben Ruvik in the mobile. But so chances are that Joseph's not dead, which would be pretty cool. It'd be cool if you could play him in the sequel, actually, considering how he has experience with being in the stem and basically being controlled. Although you're probably going to be playing Sebastian again. Anyways, Myra, where did she go after the fire? Well, she went to Mobius, apparently. Was she mind-controlled? Was she blackmailed? Or was she an agent all along? And they realized that, oh, you were with husband and you had child, so we kill the child and force you back. Sorry about that. We kill the child and force you back into our grasp, so you are under our control once again. Maybe she did something to Sebastian. It's implied in the audio logs when she's talking about Sebastian. Her tone changes because she still has feelings for him. Apparently, I mean, come on, you're not married for several years, have a child, and not feel something unless you're an absolute monster, which she isn't. She basically says, "Oh, that one, he's sensitive," implying that she still has feelings and kind of regrets maybe going back away, leaving him. But who knows? So I think she may have been an agent all along, and get too comfortable as a detective, as a cop, as a detective, and Mobius came in and showed her what for. And maybe it was Castellanos. Because one detective is too much for Ruben to take over, even though he's taken over hundreds of other minds. Like you see, when Sebastian was haunted, one of the withered dudes, when he was one of the zombie dudes, basically haunted, whatever, he still had control, struggling to say, "Get away from me." He's just too strong-willed to be controlled, I guess. Maybe. But I think maybe that Myra did something to him. Gave him a little bit of concoction or something to strengthen him. To give him power over Ruben. Or maybe it was because they both... Because Ruben, he suffered losing basically someone he loved. His sister in a fire. And kind of lost part of himself in that fire too. And that's partly why Leslie was so on the same brainwave literally, was because he lost his family at a young age, at about the same age. He watched his family get murdered in front of him, which is very dramatic for anybody. And thus their brainwaves kind of synced up enough for Ruvik to kind of just step into his body, which I feel like might have been the case for Sebastian. He lost, not quite the same, but he lost his daughter in a fire, and then his wife disappeared, so he lost everything because of a fire as well. So maybe it was because his mind was too in sync with Ruben that Ruben couldn't really... Although Ruben probably could have took him over, but he still had trouble taking him over because he's a detective and against... It could be a combination of that and some maybe serum that Myra slipped him to give him immunity or power or something. I don't know. Not sure. Hopefully the second game actually explains some of this stuff and not just add on more questions, because it's not good to build a series with a bunch of questions like this, and I really don't think they should have explained so much in the DLC, because what if people don't want to buy the DLC? What if people can't afford the DLC? Then they'll have to look it up, and they shouldn't have to look up story and extra lore for a game to understand the world of the game. Like, a lot of the stuff with Mobius should have been in the main game. Or at least... And, yeah, it should have been in the main game. And they should have took Kidman's DLC, maybe chopped off one whole chapter, condensed some parts that really could have been condensed, made like maybe 3 decent-sized hour-long chapters in one DLC, and add a second DLC that's about 3 hours as well, and make that about Joseph. I hope they do more Joseph stuff in the second game. Maybe he might become an agent for them, mind controlled by them, and become the next big bad guy, or he might become the next keeper, if you will, the next sub bad guy in the next game. I'm not sure. I hope not. I like Joseph. I would have liked a little more, but you know, we can't always get what we want. So I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the Executioner, where we get to play the Keeper, and that DLC is legit really cool.